Back to one of our top stories. Ntuthuko Shoba's third attempt to get bail has been dismissed. The alleged mastermind in the murder of Tshegofatso Pule is set to stand trial next month. He is accused of orchestrating the killing of the 28-year-old in June of last year. Her body was found hanging from a tree in Durban Deep in Roodepoort with multiple stab wounds. She was 8 months pregnant at the time of her murder. Our reporter Linda Mnisi has been following that story for us and joins me now in studio. Linda, a very good afternoon to you, but not a good afternoon for Ntuthuko Shoba. Certainly not a third time lucky for him once again.
Absolutely, Tammy. And the big surprise, I think, about this is why he decided to appeal the very first bail application. I mean, if you remember quite well, the advocate in the matter, the defense, Advocate Linda Mnisi, if I'm not mistaken, did set out some of his personal circumstances as to why he should be granted bail, saying that, during the time this matter was in the public eye, he had to be moved to his mother's house, so they provided the addresses there. He was employed, earning 36,000 rand, is not a flight risk, and all of those personal circumstances in which they said, were in the interest of justice for him to be granted bail. I remember at the time the state saying that there is absolutely nothing exceptional about him being employed. You'll remember this is a Schedule 6 offense. And, the Criminal Procedure Act is quite explicit in explaining that the onus is on the accused to, of course, detail the exceptional circumstances, the key word there being exceptional circumstances. So we saw the defense arguing this time around, a new lawyer, might I add, arguing this time around that, the court ought to have used its discretion in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, Section 60, subsection 3, in which the court can use its discretion to ask for more information, because the judgment at the time was that he did not, bring enough to the court. The court did not have enough to work with.
So where does this leave him now, the fact that it has been denied once again?
So right now what it means is that he remains behind bars, because even the appeal of that decision has been denied. So at this moment, things stay as they are. You'll remember he was moved from the Krugersdorp Correctional Services Center to the Johannesburg Correctional Services Center. So that's where he is. That's where he's being kept. We're anticipating that trial will start in the next 2 weeks. But you'll also remember, Tammy, that the state also said, in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, that you can't read subsection 3 in isolation. You have to also remember that the subsection 11, which speaks about the exceptional circumstances, what is exceptional? We've seen him bring the second bail application, citing new facts, citing, an inmate conversation where Muzikaisa Malefane supposedly confessed to an inmate that he killed his girlfriend. He said that he did not know Muzikaisa Malefane, but the state revealing that, in fact, you had communicated with this person, you know this person. On the day that Tshegofatso Pule was killed, you communicated with this person 23 times.
So Linda, we've heard over and over again in multiple court cases where the judge would say that a bail or denial of bail is not supposed to be a punishment.
Yeah.
What were some of the key reasons why bail was not granted to Shoba?
So today was a very short, the proceedings were very short, with the judge getting straight to the point, dismissing, of course, that appeal. But, of course, they will, of course, be making that judgment available where we will get to really see exactly what the reasons for him being denied bail are. But key to the arguments that have been made was also the issue around whether or not he was a flight risk. Is there a potential of him interfering with the witnesses? The first bail application, the defense said, the evidence that the state has are cell phone records, Muzikaisa Malefane. Those are evidence that, you cannot tamper with. But we've also since learned that there's a list of witnesses that the state has and aims to bring to the trial. So those, of course, the state says there is a potential that Ntuthuko Shoba might interfere with those witnesses.
Linda Mnisi, thank you very much for that update. So it's back in court, what date?
On the 4th of October.
4th of October.
Yeah.
And Ntuthuko Shoba back in court on the 4th of October. But in the meantime, he remains behind bars. Thank you very much for that update.